Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube page, All About April. I am so excited to be going on this journey with you. I finally decided to just go with it. So let's go on ahead and get started with that. Okay, so my number 5 favorite read of 2022 is going to be 2-Minute Warning by Alexandra Warren. Y'all, I really love this book. Let me also say that every book that I am talking about was rated 5 stars by me. And I am a pretty difficult rater. I'm not just giving you 5 stars because I rated the book. The book had to capture my attention. It had to have something really entertaining in it to be able to keep my attention. The writing had to be at a level that I enjoyed. There weren't a lot of errors. So she did it for me, and she is a fellow Houstonian, just like me currently right now. So this book follows the lives of Snoop, a football player, and Kiki, she is a social media influencer. They meet up and they face some challenges. I actually do a 3 words or phrases on my TikTok and my IG in regards to them. But y'all, the challenges that they face, they don't allow it to impact their relationship negatively. A lot of times in life when we encounter challenges, it impacts us and our relationships or our jobs or whatever we're going through. But I love that she showed that they were able to handle these situations in mature ways and to be able to find a resolve in regards to it. Y'all, there are funny moments. I love the friends in the book. Snoop was not having it with some of these people who were trying to come behind Kiki. That's right, get your woman. But I just really enjoyed this read. Okay, so for my number 4 favorite read, Somebody's Wife by Ravi Renee. And I want to give a shout out to my girl Shades and Pages on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Twitter. She put me onto this book and I was kind of like, the title, I don't know what this is, girl. But y'all, it was everything. And yes, it is exactly about somebody's wife, okay? But I'll just say somebody's wife is not going to be looking around or feeling the need to look elsewhere if said husband is doing what he is supposed to be doing, okay? So, but it's not even just about that. Ravi Renee really, and this book is focused more so on the late 30s and 40s, which I'm happy to see, because that's my age range. But she allows us to really get into it with a lot of the things that we are facing at this particular time. So we have been in our careers for a while. We are settled into ourselves, which includes for some people that they are settled within their marriages. And over time, people become comfortable into this lifestyle and they forget that a relationship doesn't end. It requires continual work, not just your intimate and personal relationships, but also your friendships, because the friends in this book were everything to me. And I'm talking about the female friends and the male friends, because Zeke's friends, we need friends like that too. So we need people to hold us accountable, to ask the tough questions, to guide us along the way, because sometimes we can be blinded by things because of what we honestly and truthfully want. But sometimes what we want, it's not the right time. There are other things that we have to be able to work through. But y'all, how she went about it in the writing, it was just so wonderfully done. And this is also for me like a chin check. We need to evaluate our friendships. We need to evaluate our intimate relationships. We need to evaluate our family. How are they supporting us through these difficult times as we are navigating life? And do we need to elevate or lower the standards of some of the people that we have in our lives? There were so many pieces of this that she touched on, and I am just so happy to be able to see how she showed how it affects multiple parts of our lives. Y'all, well done. Okay, it just was well done. I have no other words to be able to say besides well done in regards to this. If this is not in your TBR, going ahead and move this up. I promise you, you will enjoy it. And last but not least, the Zeeks. Okay, we love you. We appreciate you. We need to see and hear more about the Zeeks, because he is truly a man. Okay, he is a man. Okay, so here we are with book number 3 of 2022. It belongs to Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boyle. So let's get into this. Why did I love this book so much? Why is it one of my top favorite reads of 2022? So as previously mentioned, she does give you some twists and turns in the book. The title of the book, Mad Honey, is not just a title. There's symbolism behind it, okay? So as you're reading, you get into it and you learn. They're telling you about honey, how it's processed, because that's what one of the characters in the book does, Olivia. And let me also add, they did research, and the research showed up in the writing, which is something that I love about great writers. The son is actually arrested for his girlfriend's murder. Y'all know that there had to be something going on with this. So did Asher really do it? Did someone else do it? And if he did it, why would he do it? And this is where the twists and the turns come up. There were so many family dynamics in this book that I truly love the way that they wrote it, because you get to see it from multiple angles. You think it's gonna go one way, but it really doesn't. It goes another. And you just really feel in this book. And I feel like there's something about how this book just really touched my soul. It sat with me once I was done with it, and it's actually still sitting with me. We are currently living in a time where this book is really relevant right now. And so for them to write a book that is not just relevant, but so significant to present day life, well done. Job well done. All right. So if you have not picked this up, going ahead, once again, move this up on your TBR. All right, so let's get into my number 2 top read of 2022. It belongs to Take My Hand by Dolan Perkins-Valdez. As you can see, this book is well loved. All right, I loved this book. I was not prepared for what I was getting into. This was actually one of my book club's reads. I can't remember which month it was. Maybe it was September, October, I don't remember. But I was reading it around the time the Roe v. Wade verdict came out. So how timely, because this book is about a nurse who works for a clinic. And this clinic is servicing low-income people, all right? But of course, there's a twist, because they are what she feels she is doing. She feels she's doing something that is great. However, I think we can also be honest that not everyone has the same intention as we do when we go into these professions. And that is something that Sybil, the main character, unfortunately has to see. And it is so sad what she encounters, because, and I don't want to give it away to you, but this clinic is not doing what it should be doing. A lot of times our coworkers are very unapologetic about the decisions that they choose to make, because they believe what they are doing is the right thing, even if it is not. And that was really hard for Sybil to sit with. Y'all, it was hard for me to be able to sit with, because I just could not believe this woman did this. And a lot of times people never have to pay for these particular decisions. I was just in awe at the reading. Of course, the writing was impeccable. The research, the trial, what they went through to be able to get people to partake in righting the wrongs that were done to people, because we also have to realize that low-income people, they do not have a voice. People are not trying to listen to poor people. They're like, you're poor. That is you have committed a sin that cannot ever be forgiven. And very often they are forgotten. But I loved that Dolan made sure that we remembered that their socioeconomic status does not define who they are. At the end of the day, they are human beings with feelings. They deserve to have a life that is lived to the top of the peak. So y'all, there isn't enough that I can say about this book. I've ranted enough about it. Ultimately, not only do you need to read this needs to be on your bookshelf. You need to be having conversations about this in our communities, because how this impacts us long-term in multiple different ways. The Tuskegee experiment is a perfect example of this. So grab this and read it. Have conversations. All right, so the moment we have all been waiting for. What was my favorite read of 2022? It was Kindred by Octavia Butler. I don't know if you are aware, but there is currently a series on Hulu that is based off of this particular novel. And that led me to this particular book. It was our book club pick for this particular month, actually. We're ready for December. And 5 stars. 5 stars. This book actually sat with me. Like, I'm still thinking about the main characters, like, oh my gosh. So the main character is summoned constantly by a white child, Rufus. And she doesn't know why, but she's constantly summoned into antebellum slavery. All right. For those of you who don't know, antebellum is a word that means pre-war. So we are talking about pre-Civil War. So this character, her ancestors are slaves, and she gets to see, and not only see, but experience the depths of slavery. And I always tell people, whatever you think slavery is, like, it's 10 times worse, infinity times worse. And, you know, she would go back to the present day, which her present day was in the 1970s, and her injuries were still, like, physically there from antebellum time period, which is crazy. So how do you explain something like this to people? They think your significant other is abusing you, but you are being summoned and called, and you just randomly disappear. I don't think that I've read too many books where an author was able to do time flips from back and forth as well as she did in this one. And to say that she wrote this book in the 1970s, it is still standing, okay? This book is still standing so very well. I mean, Octavia, girl, you did it with this one. So we've reached the end. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me of my top 5 reads of 2022. I hope you've enjoyed them. Let me know below in the comments if you've read any of these books, if you've enjoyed them, if you too have rated them 5-star reads. Just thank you for being on this journey with me. I can't wait to share so many more of the books and other parts of my life that I enjoy sharing with you. Also, don't forget to check out my TikTok and my Instagram. I do 5 words and phrases on all of the books that I have listed as my top 5 favorites. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I hope you have a happy new year. Let's set some amazing intentions and shoot for the stars for them. Bye, until next time.